everyone, this is Queen of Light 1111 coming back to you with another YouTube video. Before I get started, I just wanted to thank all of you again so much for your support, for all of your likes, your subscriptions to my YouTube channel, for your comments, for also supporting me on Instagram. Thank you so very much. If you're not following me on Instagram, my Instagram page is Queen of Light 1111. So please subscribe or please follow me there. I do post Instagram readings there about 4 times a week. So take a look. We'll typically have some energy check-ins, maybe some messages from the Divine Masculine or from the Divine Feminine, some angel messages. So look out for my posts there. So before I begin this reading today, just wanted to send a quick reminder to all of you that I do have a special running for another 2 weeks. So through the month of July, I am offering phone or Skype readings for 30 minutes for $50. So I do have some slots available. So please email me at queenoflight1111@gmail.com. I also have all of my other offerings listed under the About Me tab on my channel. And so you'll see all the offerings there with the price list as well. And again, if you're interested in a reading, please email me at queenoflight1111@gmail.com. So let's get into the reading. So today I wanted to do another quick energy check-in on the Divine Masculine and the Divine Feminine, and what their current energy is today as related to their connection. So the first question I asked, and I've got the cards here and I'll lay them out because there's a lot of cards. So the first question I asked was, how does the Divine Masculine feel about his Divine Feminine? And then I asked, how does the Divine Masculine feel about their relationship? How does the Divine Feminine feel about the Divine Masculine? Then how does the Divine Feminine feel about her relationship with the Divine Masculine? Then I have some energies of the connection that are current energies and then some future energies. So let's go ahead and get into it. This one might be a little bit long because we had a lot of cards fly out. So the first question was, how does the Divine Masculine feel about the Divine Feminine? So the first card we have here is the Prince of Swords. The second card we have here is the Hierophant. And then we have the Ten of Cups. We have the Ace of Cups. And then the Hermit. So how does the Divine Masculine feel about his Divine Feminine today? So with this card lineup here, what I got is, again, I think that the Divine Masculine is actually watching his feminine and observing, and through this observation he's having feelings of love, wanting to offer love to his feminine with the Ace of Cups and the Ten of Cups. And he is actually, with these two cards, the Hierophant and the Hermit, so this is actually the card of Virgo, this observation with these feelings of love being ignited and this desire to want to communicate and offer love. He's really kind of going in and he's checking himself and his feelings around, why he is doing this and what if these feelings are legitimate in his mind. So there's some self-searching, there's some illumination that's happening through this observation. If you look at this card, he's glasses, there's a flashlight, he's being illuminated through this observation. There's more feelings that have come to the surface and have been illuminated. And he is feeling his masculine and wants a committed partnership, one that is tangible, one that is contractual, so perhaps marriage. So he is definitely feeling his feminine. How does he feel about his relationship with the feminine? We have the Ace of Swords. We have the Three of Pentacles, which is 3 of Discs. We have the Prince of Wands, which is also the Knight of Wands in the traditional tarot Rider-Waite deck. We have the Death card. and we have Judgment. So really interesting. He's really in a place where he's looking for and he's gaining truth and clarity. So with the Ace of Swords and the Three of Discs together, what I'm really getting is he is, through his growing and learning and understanding what he's thinking and feeling, understanding his feminine more, and he's getting mental clarity with this Ace of Swords. So that's really good. And he wants to pursue. The Knight of Wands, as you know, the Knight of Wands is an action-oriented card. He wants to move forward with passion. He is seeing her. He is falling in love with her. He is learning. He is getting clarity. And he is very much interested in moving towards her and having a transformation of a relationship. So transforming the relationship from one that may have been broken or one that was disjointed or not going well. He is looking to transform this relationship and have a renewal and a rebirth of this relationship with his feminine. So he is really seeking after this growth and learning and after this mental clarity. He is really wanting to pursue her, transform the relationship, and have a renewal. So he's in a good spot. I'm really feeling like the Divine Masculine is, again, he's getting it together. So I'm happy about that. So that's the Divine Masculine. The Divine Feminine, how does she feel about her Divine Masculine today? So how does she feel? We have the Ten of Air, which is the Ten of Swords. We have the Two of Fire, which is the Two of Wands. Page of Water, which is the Page of Cups. The King of Fire, which is, as you remember, we have the Knight of Wands here, which is the Prince of Wands. So now, she wants him to be the King of Fire. And then we have Justice. So really interesting as I looked at this in the lineup. So she's, kind of at the end of the cycle. She is hoping there's an end to a difficult situation. That you may have experienced, fights or an argument. You may be in separation. So she's feeling like she is at the end of a difficult situation with her masculine. So she's, recovering, she's healing, she's embracing the change, there may have been separation. So she's in a place where she's coming to the end of the cycle. She knows that this situation is going to end as far as, any argument or separation. She does, with this Two of Wands, know that she needs to continue to move forward, and a new partnership is going to transpire. So, this Two of Wands, which is a Two of Fire here, she believes that they will come together, or they will have a more solid relationship if they are not in separation. With the Page of Water, she also believes this relationship is going to begin a new phase, very much just like her masculine here about how he feels about the relationship. With the Death card, he wants to transform this relationship, and here she also believes that they will begin a new phase of a relationship. So this is how she's feeling about her masculine. Then with the King of Fire and Justice, as you saw here in the masculine space, he came over as the Prince of Wands or the Knight of Wands. And so she's really, she's looking for him to balance out the scales if there was any injustice or if there was anything that went down that wasn't right. She is looking for him to become this mature King of Fire, okay? She wants him to be this mature King of Fire and come back to her and balance out the system, balance out this relationship, right any wrongs, tell the truth, be honest. So she is really looking for her masculine to come to her, not as the Knight of Wands, which, he wants to, he's eager, he wants to approach her, but she is looking for maturity this time. She's looking to balance the scale, and she believes, again, she's hopeful the situation that they're in, if they're not talking or if there's been a fight, this difficult situation is going to end. A partnership will reinforce, and a new phase of this relationship will begin. So a little bit of not mirroring, but definitely the masculine and the feminine being on the same page, which I like. But I do need to see the King of Fire or the Knight of Wands transform into the King of Fire. So looking forward to that. Now, how does the divine feminine feel about her relationship with the divine masculine? So first card I got was the 5 of fire. So with this whole 10 of air that we got for her earlier, the 10 of air, which talks about this difficult situation, it's showing here that there was conflict, there was discord, there was an issue. We're also getting the King of Earth. So again, this is either an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn. So that may resonate as a special message. But this King of Earth, she's looking for maturity. She's looking for stability. That's how she's relating her relationship to her divine masculine. She's, she knows there was conflict. She's looking for him to come to her with maturity. Send a message. It's going to take some strength, and she's waiting. So 5 of fire, King of Earth. We have the Page of Earth, the Strength card, which is a number 11, and then the 3 of fire. So again, the way that she's feeling about her masculine and her relationship with her masculine is that there was a disagreement. There was an argument. He is being very slow towards approaching her, but she's looking for him to come to her with maturity, with stability, and communicate. She also knows that it's going to take strength on both of their parts, and she is waiting. So where she's at with her divine masculine is, she's in a good spot. She's feeling strong. She has faith. But she is also waiting, and he is being very, very slow. So that's how the divine feminine feels about her relationship with her masculine. So next I asked for, what are the current energies for their connection? And so the current energies for the connection, that's not it, this one's it. We got the 6 of Wands. I love this card in the Dreams of Gaia deck. 6 of Wands. We have the 3 of Earth, which is the 3 of Pentacles. We have the Ace of Water, which is the Ace of Cups. We have Destiny, and we have the 8 of Cups here. It's the Dreams of Gaia Tarot. So I'm going to take a little time because these aren't like your traditional tarot, and so that's why this one went a little quicker, because there is a different interpretation for the Dreams of Gaia deck. It's not your traditional tarot interpretation. So I really want to take the time in this section here about the current energy of their connection and future energies to really share with you what it is that I'm seeing. So with the 6 of Wands, as you know, the 6 of Wands in the traditional tarot Rider-Waite deck is about success. It's about public recognition. But if you look at this picture, you have 2 people and a priest. And this is really about, he's almost like a judge. So 2 people with their swords, right? And looks like there was a disagreement, as we saw here with the 5 of fire for the divine feminine's feelings. So what I'm getting from this card, and from what I'm intuitively interpreting, as well as what I've received as kind of, the message also in the description book, but what I'm getting is this is a time of healing through meditation. It's also a card that states that communication and diplomacy is required in order to end a conflict or a dispute. So these are 2 sides, 2 separate sides coming together in front of a judge, and they need to be open to each other's viewpoint. So if there was an argument, if there was something that took place where the 2 have fought and are separated, they are putting their swords down in front of a judge, which is interesting because we also got the Justice card. She's looking for justice, right? They're looking to open their minds about what happened from the other person's point of view. So I found this to be a really, really good card. One that's very, very deep, and if there was definitely discord, which I've seen in this couple's reading earlier as we talked about how they're relating or feeling about each other, there is definitely a time to put swords down. And in their current energy today, this was the question, what is the current energy of this twin flame relationship? They are putting their swords down, and they are opening their minds to the other person's perspective or the other person's opinion. And they realize that it is important to communicate and be diplomatic in order to end this conflict. So that was really awesome. The next card here, the Three of Earth. So again, this person's planting seeds, waiting for growth. So in the Three of Earth, in the traditional Rider-Waite tarot, it's about, growing, learning, planting. In this Dreams of Gaia, it's also very similar. But what I'm getting here is they are planting seeds. They are preparing for the communication. They're dedicated to planting these seeds well and having something better root up, sprout up from the ground, a more healthy relationship. So this Three of Earth is one of commitment, it's one of dedication, and it's one of preparation. So this couple is preparing for this communication where they're going to need to put their swords down. So only then and after then can we have this Ace of Water. And this Ace of Water, simple and very clear description of this is, it's a new beginning. That's when, again, this seed will then, after much care and practice and dedication and preparation, what happens is it'll sprout, right? And it'll bloom into this new beginning, this new love. Hearts are going to be open. So again, current energy is, growing, learning, preparing. It's about putting swords down, ending conflict, and then having new love. The additional cards that I received on this were Destiny and the Eight of Cups. So with Destiny, what I got here with Destiny was that, not only is this a destined relationship, we're talking about a divine union, we're talking about twin flames, right? Especially if you identify. This is about a destined relationship, but it's also about the journey of this destined relationship. It's about, the divine masculine and feminine learning their life purpose and starting to become aware of this connection and what their talents are and what their life purpose is. So again, not only destined connection, but what is each individual's destiny? What is their life purpose? What is it about coming together, being triggered, and then learning, growing, and having this divine connection? What is that about? So this is destined. This is a destined connection that is meant for our growth, for our awakening, for our learning, so that we can then, put swords down after we're triggered, so we can make these preparations to have these conversations so that we can then have this new love and this new beginning. And then finally, with the Eight of Cups here, this is about being in an attitude of gratitude. The traditional tarot, the Rider-Waite, is about Eight of Cups, is about moving on. You don't see this guy moving on. This person's happy. Look at this. His mind is illuminated. His chakras are aligned. He is in a great space. The dolphins are coming up to him. He is smiling. He is in an attitude of gratitude. This card in this deck, the Dreams of Gaia tarot deck, this is about being in a state of appreciation, having an attitude of gratitude, focusing on what is good. And what is good after you have prepared, after you have learned, after you have ended conflict and looked at both sides of the relationship, then you have this new beginning and this new love. I thought that was fantastic for current energies for today. So I hope that made sense. Again, I didn't say this at the top of the reading, but if this resonates with you, then this reading is for you. If it does not resonate, then take what does and leave the rest. Okay, so let's talk about future energies. So interestingly enough, we have this masculine feminine card again. It flew out yet again, and as I told you on my last YouTube video, this is a twin flame indicator for me. So if there were any questions out there around, is this my twin flame? Am I going crazy? Am I on this journey? For me as a reader, this is to me an indicator of a twin flame connection. So after that, we have the King of Fire. We have the Five of Air. We have the Mother. And we have the Sage. So what I got from this, this lineup was, the masculine. Move this, sorry. So we have the masculine and the feminine. So as I mentioned the last time, this is about balancing of energies. The masculine balancing his feminine side, the feminine balancing his her masculine side. So it's about a balancing of energies. It's about an alignment, realigning, being more aligned. It's about, again, this divine connection, the masculine and the feminine. So I like that came out as an indicator. Then we have the Five of Air. And the Five of Air, as you see, the person's holding the mask, but she's still blindfolded. So what I'm getting from this, again, that there was conflict, but in the future, it is going to be important to see, illusion from reality, right? And it's going to be important to share the truth, speak the truth. Honesty is important, courage is important, and letting go of any self-deceptions or deceptions of each other. So in the future, this balancing of energy of mind and body and soul, this balancing of emotions, what also must be balanced is what is real and what is not, and masks on and masks off, and being courageous, okay? Letting go of deception. The other thing I got from this is a very light and white card. It's also about forgiving, okay? It's also about forgiving each other for wearing masks. So I really got that. It's about forgiveness as well, okay? So then the next card here is this King of Fire. Boy, this King of Fire will not stop coming out. So this King of Fire, I'm taking as an energy, showed up 3 times in this reading. I'm glad that he's still a king now. So we started off with the Knight, right, with this Prince of Wands and how the divine masculine feels about his relationship with his divine feminine. And then we got it again over here, and how she is feeling about her masculine. Well, here he is again in the future, the King of Fire. Passionate, a leader, dauntless, and full pursuit. So here we are, this King of Fire as an energy. Passionate, dauntless, courageous, just full of love, wanting to be with his masculine. And then I received right after that these 2 cards, the Sage and the Mother. So here's what I got from this. The Mother is a card of unconditional love. Okay, mothers are typically, most mothers have unconditional love, right? This is also a card of patience, of compassion, forgiveness again. So 2 cards of forgiveness. There's a lot around this journey where if we feel like we've been wronged and justice needs to be served, or we're looking for justice, and there's a lot around that, but this journey is about unconditional love, okay? And so having compassion, and again, seeing, 2 sides, seeing each other's sides. So back to this card here, right? Being diplomatic, being open to communication, looking at each other's perspectives. This is all important. So this journey tells us to be open-minded, be forgiving, be compassionate. The other message I got from this is, if you look, she's the mother. She's birthing something. So perhaps this could also be an indication of pregnancy in the future. Maybe you're masculine, and the divine masculine, divine feminine have a contract to have a child together, and here is the mother, and the birthing of this child is perhaps in the future for them. So it was another message that I got intuitively for that card. The last card that we got here is the Sage, and the Sage is really about legacy. So it's interesting here, which is about birthing, having a child. The Sage is about legacy, right? It's about, it reminds me a lot of the Hierophant as well. So it's about tradition. It's about wisdom. It's about learning. So in this card, again, with this journey that we had in the current connection, right? We're on this journey. This is destined, a destined journey. People have learned their lessons. They are more wise. They have more wisdom. They are seeing clearly. They are wanting to live life in a manner in which their future generations can look back with pride. Okay, so this is one of honor. It's of really, really mature person wanting to set up a legacy for themselves. So, have this child live a good life, be a good person, and really have your future generations look back at you that you lived your life in a great way. So what I really got from this whole lineup was this is a destined, as we got destined connection, twin flames. Forgiveness is essential, okay? There is either a birth happening, but what is also here in this card, depicted in this card, is a card of unconditional love, of intimacy, of patience, of compassion, and forgiveness as well. And this is the mother. She's the one who births the future, that births a generation, right? Or that then, where with this sage, lives in a way where the future generations look back with pride. So they're definitely starting some sort of legacy here. And this is the card of passion. This is a card of courage, of dauntlessness, of people moving forward. And I really see this as a connection that, one, not only is destined, but where great learning has occurred. Unconditional love has been manifested through forgiveness, through realignment, and through balance. So I really hope that made sense. If you would like a reading on your own personal situation, please contact me again at queenoflight1111@gmail.com. And again, I hope that resonated. And if it didn't, then just take what did and leave the rest. Have a great night. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.